With the 2015 Rugby World Cup just around the corner, we are here at the Empire Leicester Square for the world premiere of Building Jerusalem, a documentary that looks at what it took for England to win the World Cup in 2003, where we'll be talking to some of the team and the makers of the film.
I think that this story is a story about one thing, really. Two things, actually. Two things. It's about virtue and it's about determination and belief, and I think that's what makes it such an inspirational story and why everybody can go in and take away something. It's not about rugby, it's not about tactics, it's about what do you want to do? You can have talent, you can have planning, you can have money. This isn't what makes success. What makes success is belief and determination.
My initial views was kind of no, because you've kind of done it, you've ticked the box, you move on, and we've all moved on. But then I met with James Erskine, who showed me, also showed some of the films he'd made, and some of the films he'd made are brilliant, and they, really help their sport. And I started to really think about it, and I've really enjoyed it. To reflect, look back.
I think initially, I'm very wary, much the same as probably most of the guys are, about going over past successes, because as a sportsman, it's kind of like the big no-no. You kind of think, well, let's not talk about the past, let's not talk about the future, let's talk about the here and now. Who are we playing? How do we prepare? You're only as good as your next performance, and so on.
It's not just a game of rugby. For us, it was a long time getting there. As individuals, a long time getting to be good enough to get there, and then as a team together. So there is a story there.
Just being a rugby player, you want to win matches, you want to win the game, and it's no different when you're playing for your country. When you're playing in the World Cup, you want to lift the trophy. So to then think 12 years down the line that you'd be at a launch of a premiere of a film around a game that you played in is mind-boggling, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Only team from the Northern Hemisphere ever to win the World Cup, and in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's a bit like a heist movie. I think that's what a heist movie is. Somebody has, I got a plan, I got a plan. What we're going to do is we're going to go down there, we're going to steal the World Cup, we're going to bring it back.
Sometimes you play a game, you don't remember much about it the next day, never mind 12 years later.
I remember walking out, often stadiums fill up the last 10, 15 minutes. This wasn't like that. You kind of walked out and there's probably about an hour and a quarter to kick off, and normally the stadium's quite empty. The stadium was totally full, and 60% were in white shirts, and we're in Sydney. And you're just going, wow,
It's like a diary for us, which I've really enjoyed. The fact that there are certain snippets of the film where I completely forgot that it happened. It's not, it wasn't just about the game itself. It's the build-up. It's the years of training and sacrifice and dedication that all the players and coaches, all the staff had put into it.
I remember less of it than most people do, because it's the one time in my life that I haven't really been conscious of what I was doing. I recognised when I caught the ball, when I dropped the ball ready to kick it, but then I kind of lost that sense of being involved. I kind of retracted and watched it happen, which was all great because it became very much automatic, and it happened exactly as I wanted it to. But then it meant that when I reconnected with it afterwards, I really didn't know where I was, and I was doing some stupid kind of half celebration where I wasn't quite sure where, and then I suddenly clicked in and realised that we had 30 seconds to play, and that we may lose this game. So I kind of got back into my intense, let's get this sorted mode. But it's funny, it's the one time in my life where all that fear of failure, all that desire, all that ambition just gave way for a sense of just destiny, I guess.
And I was just chuckling, thinking only the English could do this. Only the English could fill a stadium on the far side of the world in a sporting event. Only we could do that. I don't think any other country could do that. We're just mad. Our fans are amazing.